I know the shootings over the past few days have left us concerned as a community, and I want you to know that the men and women of the Boynton Beach Police Department are working tirelessly to identify the suspects in these cases and bring them to justice. I'm proud of the work that our folks are doing and continue to do, and I want to publicly thank them for their dedication. Additionally, I would like to share with you that there are some within the community who seek to blame the police for these shootings. And this is problematic for two reasons. First, it undermines the public's confidence in their police department, and it implicitly discourages people from coming forward with information needed to solve these violent and despicable acts. Secondly, it shifts the blame of wrongdoing from those who prey upon the innocent to those who are now doggedly working to identify these folks and bring them to justice. In the past 2 weeks, I have heard complaints from members of the community. On Thursday, January 12th, several members of the community expressed their concern that we as a police department are under-policing or exercising too much discretion, particularly in the northeast area of our city. On Tuesday, January 17th, several members of the community complained at our city commission meeting that we are over-policing this area of the city. Following Saturday's shooting, I've heard concerns that our personnel aren't sufficiently deployed to the correct areas and with the proper intensity within this area of the city, from people who are unaware of our deployment strategy. While these three complaints are diametrically opposed to each other, there is a common theme, and that common theme is that the police are wrong. I'd like to make something perfectly clear. The responsibility for criminal wrongdoing, all criminal wrongdoing, rests squarely on the shoulders of those people who choose to, for whatever reason, violate the law. As both a police chief and as a citizen, I am frankly tired of the prevailing blame the police narrative that has been so common in our society these past few years. This needs to stop, and we in Boynton Beach are in a position to lead the way and come together in this regard. What you have not heard reported in the news, because it's not something we routinely share, are the 118 armed encounters our courageous police officers have had in the past in the past year, in which nobody was shot. That's 118 guns that have been taken out of the hands of criminals by members of the Boynton Beach Police Department. And we don't often boast about what we do for the community. That's not the business we're in. But as chief of this department, I would be remiss not to share with you the extraordinary efforts our personnel have undertaken to curb criminal gun violence in our community in the face of this unwarranted scrutiny. It is wholly unrealistic to believe that any police force of 155 officers can preeminently exercise their authority in a way that would prevent upwards of 50,000 people to exercise their free will in a way that would harm others. The great equalizer in this equation is community cooperation. Our effectiveness is largely dependent upon the eyes and ears of those we serve. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. We all have an interest in ensuring that evil does not win, and I invite every responsible member of the community to unite and help us identify criminals so we can bring them to justice.